Hello, INTP, do you have a moment?
Sure, ENTP, what can I do for you today?
In what year was that suit of yours tailored?
This suit has served me well since 1982. Why do you ask?
Do you know that Fury tailors still sell suits tailored in that fashion? Yet according to experts, that style will soon return with a vengeance due to 80s nostalgia.
Is that so?
Yes. Politicians can't recall the memory of Ronald Reagan often enough, and Lady Gaga is the new Madonna.
Interesting. Why do you suppose that this is so?
Well, the 80s were all about renewed optimism after the malaise of the 70s. We were currently in a similar period of foreign intervention and economic crisis like the one we had in the 70s. The American empire, which sets global fashion trends, seemed like a faded ideal until we got back on our feet in the 80s. We are forecasting a revival of American optimism brought on by the popularity of some charismatic conservative leader that recalls the memory of old American entrepreneurship, and puts suits like yours back into the mainstream. My firm, Fashion Vision Capital, plans to aggressively invest in the remaining producers of such 80s goods ahead of this move in the market.
I see. But what if that doesn't materialize? I would argue that culture and economic realities have vastly changed from the 80s. Isn't it the case that the postmodern cultural condition, characterized by a sense of suspicion toward cohesive ideologies like that of the former American empire, has further taken root in American society? Hasn't the very system of global markets behind the old American optimism crumbled into a pile of unpayable debts?
Of course it has. But keep in mind I'm investing in the optimism itself, not the actual realization of it. If things get worse, the demand for reminders of better times will be even stronger.
I hadn't considered that. This is, of course, assuming that people still remain fashion conscious in the course of such a decline. Aren't guns, food, and precious metals better investments in such a time?
I'm one step ahead of you. INTP Fashion Vision Capital has a whole division devoted to the market for uniforms and accessories for fledgling civilian militias.
Wow! But isn't it the case the strength of guerrilla tactics that would be utilized by such militias benefit from them not being easily identified by a uniform?
Yes, but we predict something closer to factional strife than guerrillas fighting a foreign army. Sort of like how the Crips and the Bloods wear blue and red these days.
Well, that's interesting. Can you Crip walk, ENTP?
No.
Oh darn. That would have been funny. What were we discussing again?
Oh, I was just wondering if you were interested in investing with Fashion Vision Capital and putting your money to work ahead of the fashion markets.
Well, I'm broke, but I would love to study the algorithms you use to predict the fashion markets sometime.
They're open-sourced from our website. Did I ever tell you how I think the Arab Spring is going to affect Lady Gaga's wardrobe selections this winter?
No. Do tell.